as above, so below, as within, so without. Hey, the balance of energies, man. The balance within. How different dimensions work. Again, there's something going on inside of you that creates the external situation outside of you. What's up, Labrador? Right, love them. What's up, Pimp Mall? Indigo Bean, Captain Baby White. Hey, that's a fire little name. Jerika King, number 3. Blessings to all. But yeah. There's no good or bad, right or wrong to this shit. But you know, I ain't say but. And it's just the aspect of being accountable, being aware, being more focused. You know, setting intentions. That's very key. Like I always bring up to people, you know. Not hopping from the skillet to the frying pan. You know, the aspect of the subconscious programming and how you think because you done switched from the name Jesus, you straight, but it's like you might have left Jesus alone and then picked up vegetables and think that vegetables are gonna save you. You know, being a vegan is gonna save me. You know, or being in a high vibrational state of being. I mean, which again, that being in a high vibrational state of being will help, but the way it's looked at is as, you know, like being good or something, like being nice. Like being nice is the way to heaven. And it's like, nah, it's breaking out of your human moralistics. You know, it's like the opposite. Yeah, we're on a human experience, but a lot of us are not, you know, hey, banging. You know, it's not no human stuff, you know what I'm saying, going on. You know, we in a human body, of course. But again, you know, truly, it's about breaking out of this humanity and at the same time being able to accept it. Hey, peace, my brother. Matter of fact, I never looked at your, I saw you had messaged me. I'm getting back to being on that vibe, but like I won't look at it until I'm ready to answer it. Because sometimes I fuck around and look at a message and then don't answer it. You know, that's a part of that human aspect. You know what I'm saying? Again, unconditional love is loving yourself no matter what. And shout out to everybody in the room, in the live. Pimp Ma, already said that, pretty Eric, King Goddess, Mr. Charles, the Relic. Yeah. But yeah, it's just things grubbing on all levels. Gotta be aware of how we connect with everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, if your experience is eating a ham sandwich, you know what I'm saying, then that's your experience. Now again, there is a cause and effect with that. You know, some foods, they may have certain little, you know, elements or little chemicals in them and things of this nature that will cause a certain energy. But when it's all said and done too, it goes back to the subconscious realm. Like, if you're subconsciously programmed to think that, oh, if I don't eat vegetables, you know, I'm going to be extremely sick, then that's what's going to happen to you, you know. You got to, you know, it's a balance with all of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's being discerning with no judgment, meaning, you know, you're being able to discern between energies, you know what I'm saying? You could tell if a person about that fuck shit, or if they, you know what I'm saying, if they, you know, the energy it comes in peace, quote unquote, you know, quote unquote. And y'all excuse me because I am smoking, but you know, That's another thing. If I'm subconsciously programmed to look at smoking herb is bad, now again, and look at everything you do as just a choice. Like, if you're gonna eat a fucking cheese pizza, yeah, that shit may clog you up and all that shit, but don't look at it as bad. Just tell yourself, hey, yeah, I chose to eat cheese pizza, and the cause and effect of it is that it moves very, very, very slowly through my bowels, to the point of me getting constipated, you know. What's up, cuz? What's up, Miss Janae? 1313 vibration, indigo, in the guy being. What's up, cuz? You went to homecoming, huh? I seen you on Instagram. Matter of fact, I'm by mom's crib. But that's another thing too. Memory. Memory is another aspect. The God energy or the immortality comes through keeping your memory up, because that's the whole aspect is, keeping memory through death, so you don't have to repeat certain situations, you know what I'm saying? And it's quote unquote death, but through transitioning, when you transition out of your bodysuit. This is a little fleshy suit, you know what I'm saying? And you could transition out of it, but you're not going anywhere. Energy cannot be destroyed. You are the no thing on a human experience, but don't take my word for it. That's another thing. Do not take what resonate, leave what don't. You don't have to believe me. I'm not trying to force any indoctrination over it. You know what a cult is? A cult, a C-U-L-T, a cult is any type of practice, whether they call it religious or whatever, but it's any type of practice that people get into and start practicing, but they're not allowed to question it. Like, you're not allowed to question, well, why we gotta drink this Kool-Aid, Jim Jones, or whatever that dude's name was that made the people drink the Kool-Aid, or, why I gotta say 10 Hail Marys, Pastor? Where did the word Jesus come from? Who wrote the Bible and who wrote the information before the Bible, Pastor? If you're not asking them questions, or if you're not allowed to ask them type of questions, you may be in a cult and don't realize it. And that's where it's coming for all of us, like, it ain't, and I'm talking shit, there's certain realizations I'm still making of, like, oh shit, I gotta switch it up from this, like, that ain't, that ain't what's up, So we constantly growing, and constantly, again, you gotta be like water, you gotta be able to adapt, be able to move, flow like that water them, because things, information could switch up. That church you've been going to all your life and had all those memories at, that could easily be, it could have always been a cult in that sense, like, well, again, because it's not in the sense of what they try to make it, hence why they try to make cults look outrageous, so you don't see that certain levels of religions are like cults, whether it's Christianity or whatever, It's like, if you're not allowed to question or do deeper research past only the books that's given to you, then that's a cult. That's just like if I write up a little book and give it to a group of people and tell them, and don't study nothing outside the name Jesus, or, don't study something outside the name of universal. Y'all gotta worship universal and this and that, and I write up a little book and nobody question it, That's a cult. I know, matter of fact, I gotta hit Josh up too, cause I'm like, yeah, I just pulled a little switcheroozy. But yeah, Rebel Steelskin. All right, that's a cool little name right there. Janelope, Urban Hippie. We winning wellness. That's Key. What's up? What's up? Again, ain't nothing. I'm just talking a little, having a little smoke. talking. It's a little smoke session. That's what I call these. A little smoke session. But yeah, even with smoking the herb, again, like for the most part, it is the little parasitic energies in our stomach that be looking for like all kind of little sweets and salty stuff. Cause matter of fact, again, salt and sugars operate on the body just like crack cocaine does. You know what I'm saying? Now, as I say that, again, you start to realize again, you like, all right, hold on. On one hand, you say you could use your mind to do alchemy to things, but then on the other hand, you're saying this food does this. Well, all right, first and foremost, we created this realm with certain little terms and conditions, and we was like, all right, the vegetables are gonna bring light into your body, and you know, the artificial foods are gonna, be artificial. You know what I'm saying? And neither one is good or bad, but this is a little algorithm we wrote up because again, this is a computer program. This is software. Hence why they call this the matrix. And if you took computer programming, there is a such thing as like a matrix that you could build up to do a certain program. Everything run off of that, you know. But yep. Passing through, headed to Baton Rouge. Yep. Baton Rouge is the destination. Where was I? I forgot. Oh yeah, speaking on the herb. Matter of fact, even with that vibe, because again, oh well, I was talking about foods and like, oh yeah, the alchemy of the mind, and like why eat this or eat that if we got alchemy of the mind. But again, we gotta practice. We gotta work up that subconscious to know and show ourselves with evidence. That we could change certain things within this realm. We are creators of this realm. You are a creator of this realm. Crystal the awesome. But yeah, everything is an experience. You drink too much alcohol, the experiences that you're gonna throw up. You know, if you smoke herb, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's more so like the smoking aspects is a lot of part of the quote unquote highs from a lack of oxygen. But again, it's all on how you're looking at it and how you're playing this game and what's your sole purpose. And it goes back to balance. You know what I'm saying? Because some people trying to have a fit bodysuit. They're trying to make sure the vehicle could, do all kind of shit. Even though they might not be able to do all kind of shit with their body, they might still feel like, all right, I want to have, just like the healthiest, perfect, and that's the whole aspect too, like trying to find this perfect aspect. But, but to each his own, because I know I dabble in working out from time to time, but it's all on how you want to deal with your vehicle because this is a temporary realm, that we transitioning through, you know, and that's what the whole awakening is, awakening people up to that aspect. And when I say people, more so it's an energy that's coming up that's pushing it along, but it's like only we could save ourselves. Like I gotta fix the inner universe inside of me. I gotta heal and save myself before I could ever, be able to do it for somebody else. And for the most part, we do the healing, or we doing the quote unquote helping by, again, saving our inner world, aligning with that, and then that energy, you know, fluctuates outward, and other people just gonna want to do the same. Like again, the only person that can save us is us. That's why it seems like such a hard job because, and that's where the trickery come in because they got you thinking like, all right, when we go vote for this person, or when we go do this, like they got people invested in trying to change people, are trying to, you know what I'm saying, like change certain external aspects. Like, nah, if each person became the greatest version of themselves, you know what I'm saying, everything would all, would just fall in place, you know. But somebody, don't want to do that. With somebody we created, but somebody, was created to cause that little friction, you know what I'm saying, and they don't want to see that. So what they do is coach the people and tell people, to try to fix others instead of everybody, saving your own your universe. But no, I'm no longer in LA, Los Angeles, but I'm back in Louisiana. Brazilian K, what's up? You on LO? I saw Seven Bomar have something with that brethren with that name on it. I'm gonna have to check it out. What he was talking about? What I mean, I'm gonna check it out. But you said something that I said, but yeah, this is a dream realm, and now it's getting to the point where again it's like more of that green light to just speak straight up on it, cause the energy is kind of raising to where if a person just kind of just barely want to know a little more than what they know, they're gonna be able to, what I'm saying, tap into that. Yep, to it's multiple levels. We all kind of got a unique perspective of why we, technically down here in that sense. But we created this realm and came down into this experience, and whether you say created this realm in the sense of created whatever this holographic being, and we're in its chakras, or just because again, as above, so below, as within, so without, the universe exists inside of us, and likewise, like the smaller parts, how can I say, the whole is in all the smaller parts, meaning like in my hand you have the whole body. Like if you do reflexology, like the tip of the fingers is like the ear and eyes area, the area like this part of the palm is like the stomach area, you know what I'm saying? So you got the representation of the whole body, so the whole within a piece of the body, because again, because even the hand itself has a little point in the hand, you know what I'm saying, like it all again. But they say, do you feel like we have a general purpose? Yeah, it's all on our inner purpose. Only we could tell ourselves what our purpose is. Yeah, they got a collective mission for the most part of like knowing that this is a temporary realm, knowing that you created all the situations you're dealing with, and to not take anything heavy, because if your heart weighs heavier than a feather, and in the sense of it being like if your heart is holding on to any shit from this realm, you took it too serious and you didn't realize it was a temporary realm, and you're gonna come back on some vibes of like, man, I wish I could have went to one of my son's baseball games a little more. You'll come back as a father that, I don't know, go through that, or a child that go through that shit, and then be a father that makes sure, what your sole purpose is to try to make sure that shit don't happen and do other shit, that you pick for yourself. Again, cause and effect, and hence why it's important for you not to judge yourself while you here in this earthly experience. Yes, you have discernment of like, all right, I feel this motherfucker, this person energy, is off, you feel it, and you know what you're feeling, and it's like, all right, cool, I ain't fucking with it, or that person, or whatever, like you could use discernment, but then it's like, all right, well, because I feel this person energy off, I judge that they are, ugly, or they should be locked up, like you having a judgment, like again, like looking down upon them and stuff like that, instead of just having discernment. Like that doesn't mean, you know like again, unconditional love doesn't mean be nice to everybody, because in order to, have unconditional love, it starts with yourself, and if you love yourself, you're gonna, protect your being, so it all goes together. But yeah, remembering it's a temporary realm until, leave here if you want to leave here, or stay if you want to stay. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's subtly been pushed into everything, into your cartoons, like, oh, the hero. And there's always that hero that damn near kill himself for some people who talking shit about him and trying to hunt him down the whole fucking movie or the whole cartoon. They don't give a fuck about this hero, but this hero going out his way to help motherfuckers. They've been trying to program us with that bullshit since day one. And for the most part, it may have semi worked for a lot of us, again, who didn't grow up like in households where you was learning about the occult and esoteric, spirituality, like since day one. But for a lot of us, and that's back to choosing the experience, like, and it ain't to be judging like, oh man, they lucky or this and that. Like, nah, shit, you chose your experience, for a reason. You can't be, and I say can't, you can if you want to, but it's not very knowledgeable, or should I say, to blame any external condition or blame anything within this realm, you know, because hence you got to think about the whole thing, like realizing you're God on the human experience, but what God is an accountable energy, what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you know, and for whatever, source, God, whatever you want to, the no thing, you know, it's an energy that, wouldn't be able to have any, like, the only way forward, again, like anything to exist on any type of level, it has to take some type of love, you know. Hate, is a opposite end aspect of the dual aspect, of things, but for the most part, again, if you hate, like, then it's like, why even create? You like, I hate this, I hate that, I hate children, I hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate the stars, I hate, and I'm using those things, but like, if you in a hateful mind, like, why would you even want to create something? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just balled up inside that energy. Alright, I'm gonna have to check out with the food and the diet. Shaman Mimi, blessings. Mr. Cutter, peace, peace. Yeah, Thanos, the characters, the tricky dicky vibe, cause they try to make them look evil and shit like that. But there's so many, again. That's why I like having to have your head on the swivel with dealing with, watching them type of movies and stuff like that, cause they definitely got all that little, again, subtle subconscious programming in it. He's a whole Christian in this thing. Now I put it like this: astrology is almost like saying the weather bullshit. You know, yeah, we're in a temporary realm. You know what I'm saying? And you could say the weather is temporary. So, like, again, like how you saying, if the astrology is bullshit, if you used to say the weather is bullshit, but then while you're outside and a thunderstorm come in, you get shocked by lightning and you're gonna transition out of this realm. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's a hologram, you know what I'm saying. And that's if you're not, if your superpower or some way, form, or fashion, you're not connected to electricity. But let's just say you're not. Again, You know, the weather still gonna do what it do. You know, like even though it's a hologram, if you go outside with an umbrella while it's pouring down rain and you're gonna get wet. You know, but I won't, be like scared to leave my house or be, like treat the weather as like something that has a power over me in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But it's always good to know the weather before you step out of the house, aka, knowing certain little aspects of astrology and certain planet placements, you know, uh, could help in magic rituals and just certain little aspect. And magic is basically like, again, that's dealing with your subconscious. Your subconscious realm create your reality. And working with certain tools and like doing altar work, which the name altar, like alter your conscious, but like your consciousness, whatever. Yeah, all that. Gregoriana, Nayahana, Slim Goody 75. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, again, it really goes back to us just being in the moment, being in the now, and just being so much to where we're not even having to think for our existence. Because that's another thing that we're moving away from like the over logical shit and just always like thinking in essence, like when you're in alignment with your inner source, you know you cleanse it, and when I say cleansing, clearing up your energy in whatever way, form, or fashion, whether you have to do it through eating certain foods or you could eat whatever, but you know how to visualize a beam of light coming through your body and clearing everything out, and you really feel the difference. Because again, there's the ability to have visualizations actually do things for you just as much as eating a certain food. But it's all up to, you gotta keep it real with yourself and know where your subconscious programming lies at. What I'm saying, like what you know because again, you could tell yourself, I ain't scared of crawfish, but when somebody put a crawfish to your face, you're like, oh shit, get that shit out of my face. And what that means is that you're still subconsciously scared of crawfish, even though your conscious mind, meaning just that little talky, oh man, the shit you conjure up just talking. But then you got the subconscious that controls 99.9 of your, 98%, let's just say, of what you do, say, and act. You know what I'm saying? It's certain mannerisms that your conscious mind don't catch, but you do it because of some type of subconscious programming. You know, you might not realize how much you may curse women out and be like, fuck that bitch, this and that. But, you're not realizing it with your conscious mind, but it's something subtle is programmed into you, whether it's through what you may have saw as a child in your home, or, wherever you grew up, or, whether it's like the music you constantly listen to growing up, but you know, is all, subconscious programming. And that's what, run things. If and some people call it the unconscious mind, but subconscious, like a submarine, like underneath, you know. But I was about to get into the aspect subconscious program. It'll come back to me. Vicky Banks, blessings. Minister Nico, I think I said what's up. What's up? Vibrate higher. What's up? New. Blessings. Yeah, just catching the vibe. Yeah, with the again with the astrology aspect, it does play a part like the weather do, but it's all on, because even that is a subconscious programming of how much you rely on, astrology to live your everyday life. Some people to the extreme where they can't walk out of their house without looking at a planetary placement or whatever, or like constantly tracking it, or just feeling like, or more so, and what I mean by the extreme, like almost every move they make is dictated, like what they got. All right, let me see where the planet is right now, And again, and to each his own on your, on your growth and how you dealing with yourself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Or like doing a tarot reading before you do everything, or using a pendulum before you do everything. It's gonna get to a point where you like using a calculator and not being able to add 1+1 anymore, or do your timetables because you handicap yourself, with this other stuff. And again, I forgot where I was. XYZ415. Hence why I had to slow down myself, though. Had to take a little break. Cause I want to get my again, like my short-term memory and certain other little things, which again it comes with that. It comes with I want to say, like, it comes with like affirmation and doing certain meditations and visualizations. Like, again, it's way simpler than we make it, as far as like just tapping into the visualization. Like, visualize you got a switch in your back or on your arm that when you click it up, all your chakras align, like, and it's just, and that wouldn't be just one thing in that sense of it, but like just having multiple different little visualization exercises that you do and work with. All right, I think at the Coffee Bean that's on Main Street. I think that's where we met at. If I ain't mistaken. If I ain't mistaken. Yeah, that's basically it, though, y'all. Just talking a little shit. Appreciate the questions too for that. I guess to just get back on the astrology vibes, again, it it has its little energy, within this round. That's just like, well, no, I ain't even gonna say that because I felt something tonight, even. But yeah, eccentrics B, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, that's basically bleep, but bleep, but bleep, bleep. That's all, folks. Anybody got any other questions? Any other questions? Alright, nothing else. As a matter of fact, let's see. That's it. Thinking if I had some type of announcement or something. But just want to end it by saying, remember, be childlike. Not childish, but childlike, with a certain level of accountability for, aligning with what you should be aligning with in this incarnation, which is something that we all work, you know, well, for some of us on different levels with it, but you know, the whole aspect again, like, you know, knowing ourselves to the fullest, like mastering ourselves to the fullest, you know, and dealing with information in connection with our self mastery, you know, to each his own, though, you know, because I done been there learning information just to learn information, you know, on some levels. I ain't gonna say fully, because, you know, again, I definitely applied a lot of things and just had to learn as I went, you know, because I realized, oh, wait, I was being a little bit extreme about meditation at one time. You know, then got to a little place where I was being a little extreme about eating certain food, you know. It's like, I had to balance it out. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. On the flip side. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Again, I saw my self-mastery, being childlike and accountable, being in the moment. The only thing that exists is the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Like, right now. We could tap into the past, because, you know, sometimes we got to heal some shit that happened when we was like 5 or 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's relevant to our moment in order for us to break out of a certain blockage to, you know, move forward, quote unquote. You know, bam, you're going to tap into the past. If I got to, you know, peep in the future a little bit and see what's popping off in the future to know what I should be doing right now, you know, that's fine as well. You know, but, nice say but, and it's just, again, like, now, the middle pillar, in the middle, no judgment, you know, because judgment starts with yourself. First and foremost, you like, oh, if I took out trash, I would look at myself like this. If I worked a 9 to 5, then I would think this of myself. You know, if I uh, lived outside, I would feel like this. You know, it's your own judgment. That's why you judging that person. Because again, you like, oh, they living like this or living like that. Because you would say, because you would look at yourself as whatever, like, oh, I feel filthy or this and that. That's how you would judge yourself if you were going through a certain experience like that. And it could be even temporary, like, you know, that you know, something that you're not going through for a long time, but you judging, you know, you would judge yourself, you know. So no judgment. You can have discernment. Again, like discerning between a certain energy, you know, like, all right, I don't fuck with that energy, I fucks with that energy, you know. When I say fucks with, or not fucking with it, that, you know, look, all this shit is you, but it's certain aspects of balance and certain energies that, you know, that don't serve our purpose and what we shifting at right now. Like, it don't serve our purpose right now to still allow for parasitic stomach energies or parasitic energies in our body to be running us. Because, you know, it's like an alley-oop system, you know. The physical parasites in your body, you know, creates the aspect of parasitic energies on the external realm. And you'll see them on a physical level, but you also have the ones you don't see on a non-physical level. That's a representation of the ones that's inside you. You know, that shit all connected. Red Hot, Osiris 44. Yep, be in the moment. No judgment, but, you know, be discerning. Working on those all the chakras, you know. Just again, Making sure everything balanced, making sure the chakras not overspending or underspending. And that's like just again, I realize though how much it all goes back to just being in alignment with our inner guidance system. Like when we're in alignment with our inner guidance system, like because it came to me, and that's I'm so grateful because I'm grateful for the insight to come to me as I'm talking. I was about to say something about I don't know what the chakras overspending or underspending. Oh, and I fell off of the point. It was gonna be about either not making it sound hard or something else. It's gonna come to me. But Khalil, the vegan god. Oh, I slipped off of that one. I slipped off of that one hard. Alright, let me go back in the line of what I was talking about. I was talking about being in the moment, judging, but being discerning. It's a gone. Alright. Well, yeah, that's about it. I was gonna speak on the balance. Bam! Way to come back. The intuition, like when you align with your intuition, I know that was long. When you align with your intuition, you'll start to do things without even realizing that you are working to align your chakras. So even without like trying from a thinking or logical perspective, like if we become clearer and clearer with the communication with our inner source and our, quote unquote, our higher self, the higher self that we are and the inner source that we are, when we connect with that energy, I find myself going to work with certain crystals, then look up and certain things align with that energy, and I didn't even realize it, you know what I'm saying? I was just going with the flow of what I felt with crystal to work with, and it come to find out it was connected with some type of, energy that's really going on or something, you know? So, following that intuition, man. Listen to the inner voice. Like I had to just now to shake back from forgetting what I said in the first place. There's no judgment, you know. I'm not gonna look at smoking herb as a bad thing. It's part of my experience right now. That's all it is. Because again, moving to consuming it in like a tea form and other little vibes. So yeah, the smoking aspect definitely slowing down. But yeah, the inner guidance system. I'm out, y'all. Peace, peace. You already know, happy now. Now is the vibrate. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.